Section 11 of Birds, Volume 2, Number 4, November 1897. Recorded for LibriVox.org by Valentina Vicelli. The Cerulean Warbler. This beautiful little sky-blue feathered creature is well named Azure Warbler, or again white-throated blue warbler, and is the most abundant of the genus here. It is a bird of the wood, everywhere associated with the beautiful tall forests of the more northern counties of western New York, sometimes found in the open woods of pasture lands, and quite partial to hardwood trees. In its flitting motion in search of insect prey, and in the jerking curves of its more prolonged flight, as also in its structure, it is a genuine wood warbler, and keeps for the most part to what Thoreau calls the upper story of its sylvan domain. All warblers, it has been said, depend on their markings rather than song for their identity, which renders the majority of the tribe of greater interest to the scientist than to the novice. Until you have named 4 or 5 of the commonest species as landmarks, you will be considerably confused. Audubon described the song of the cerulean warbler as extremely sweet and mellow, whereas it is a modest little strain, says Chapman, or trill, divided into syllables like z-z-z-z-z-z-z, or according to another observer, re-re-re-re-re-re-re-e-e, beginning with several soft warbling notes, and ending in a rather prolonged but quite musical squeak. The latter and more rapid part of the strain, which is given in the upward slide, approaches an insect quality of tone which is more or less peculiar to all true warblers, a song so common as to be a universal characteristic of our tall forests. It is not strange that the nest of this species has been so seldom discovered. Even where the bird is very abundant during the breeding season, it is built in the higher horizontal branches of forest trees, always out some distance from the trunk, and ranging from 20 to 50 feet above the ground. One described by Dr. Brewer, found in Ontario, near Niagara Falls, was built in a large oak tree at the height of 50 or more feet from the ground. It was placed horizontally on the upper surface of a slender limb between 2 small twigs, and the branch on which it was thus saddled was only 1.5 inches in thickness, being 9 feet from the trunk of the tree. The abandoned home was secured with great difficulty. The nest is a rather slender fabric, somewhat similar to the nest of the redstart, and quite small for the bird, consisting chiefly of a strong rim firmly woven of strips of fine bark, stems of grasses and pine needles, bound round with flaxen fibers of plants and wool. Around the base a few bits of hornets' nests, mosses, and lichens are loosely fastened. The nest within is furnished with fine stems and needles, the flooring very thin and slight. The bird is shy when started from the nest, and has a sharp chirping alarm note common to the family. The cerulean warbler is found in the eastern states, but is more numerous west of the Allegheny Mountains and throughout the heavily wooded districts of the Mississippi Valley. In winter, it migrates to Central America and Cuba. The warblers are of unfailing interest to the lover of bird life. Apart from the beauty of the birds themselves, with their perpetually contrasting colors among the green leaves, their pretty ways furnish to the silent watcher an ever-changing spectacle of the innocent life in the treetops. End of Section 11. This recording is in the public domain.